Good to see you.
Yeah, good to be here with you. Okay. You can just take a nice deep breath here.
Even deeper. Maybe we breathe out our whole day. Maybe our whole life. Maybe our whole being. Whole human being.
Yeah, it actually fits with our lesson for today. Lesson 32. I have invented the world I see. Today we are continuing to develop the theme of cause and effect. You are not the victim of the world you see because you invented it. You can give it up easily as you made it up. You will see it or not see it as you wish. While you want it, you will see it. When you no longer want it, it will not be there for you to see. The idea for today, like the preceding ones, applies to your inner and outer worlds, which are actually the same. However, since you see them as different, the practice periods for today will again include two phases, one involving the world you see outside you, and the other the world you see in your mind. In today's exercises, try to introduce the thought that both are in your own imagination. Again, we will begin the practice periods for the morning and evening by repeating the idea for today 2 or 3 times while looking around at the world you see as outside yourself. Again, the idea for today is, I have invented the world I see. Then close your eyes and look around your inner world. Try to treat them both as equally as possible. Repeat the idea for today unhurriedly as often as you wish, as you watch the images your imagination presents to your awareness. I have invented the world I see. For the 2 longer practice periods, 3 to 5 minutes are recommended, with not less than 3 required. More than 5 can be utilized if you find the exercise restful. To facilitate this, select a time when few distractions are anticipated and when you yourself feel reasonably ready. These exercises are also to be continued during the day, as often as possible. The shorter applications consist of repeating the idea slowly as you survey either your inner or outer world. It does not matter which you choose. The idea for today should also be applied immediately to any situation that may distress you. Apply the idea by telling yourself, I have invented this situation as I see it. And practice this idea, again, starting by looking around in a gentle way and saying a few times, I have invented the world I see, to yourself. And then you can close your eyes and continue to repeat the idea to what shows up on the inner screen.
can note that Jesus said we should try to treat those two worlds as equally as possible, the inner world and the outer world, when we look on them. Are we treating them equally? Or does it feel different when you close your eyes? He just wants us to say, we have invented it. Whichever one it is we're looking at. To help us out of projection. I have invented the world I see as I see it. You can tell yourself that. You're not the victim of the world you see because you invented it. You can give it up as easily as you made it up. And this is a matter of desire. How much have we held on? The pain, to anger, maybe control issues. It's a matter of desire to give those up. The ego says, I want it thus. I want the world thus, this way. And so it is. But Spirit says, no, just question it. Just question it, and it will be gone. And so it is. That's how powerful the mind is. And we need to be so gentle. We can be so gentle towards ourselves as we go within, because there can be so much guilt and so much self-attack, self-blame, that we are blind. We may be blind to our patterns, to the willingness to get out of it. We may have bought into it, the way we perceive the world and the people. We may have actually bought into it. Yeah, we can go within now and let Spirit sweep through our minds and take care of it. We can take care of it just by being willing to let go. And maybe you want to take some more deep breaths and relax. Let your thoughts just go, let them go. There is nothing to hold on to. You are innocent. So let it be very restful when you go within. We're not here to analyze the inner world or the outer world. We can watch it and let go of it. This journey is all about learning about our true identity. About knowing our true identity. The ego is the part of the mind that believes in division. How could part of God detach itself without believing it is attacking him? The ego is the part of the mind that believes that a split is possible, that a difference is possible. And this must mean that a part of the mind is attacking God, if a part of God's mind could detach itself, it will believe it is attacking him. And the authority problem is the belief that we have usurped God's power. We have taken on God's power. The ego believes that this is what you did because it believes that it is you. If you identify with the ego, you must perceive yourself as guilty. Whenever you respond to your ego, you will experience guilt and you will fear punishment. The ego is quite literally a fearful thought. However ridiculous the idea of attacking God may be to the sane mind, never forget that the ego is not sane. It represents a delusional system and speaks for it. Listening to the ego's voice means that you believe that it is possible to attack God and that a part of him has been torn away by you. It's good and clarifying to take in. Because then we realize we don't want that experience of attacking God. If God is love, if God is everything there is it even possible to attack him, it? It isn't, only in a dream. But fear of retaliation from without follows, because the severity of the guilt is so acute that it must be projected. This is why the world can feel unsafe or weird or a lot of different things, but not so good. It's because of this fear of retaliation from God, because of the belief that we have attached to the ego. So it is always coming down to what are we identifying with? Always, like every situation. What am I identifying with in this situation? And if we have repeated situations, it would be really good to take a look. Take another look. Or have another prayer for help. Because I think with the specialness in the mind, things do repeat. But it's nice when it starts to loosen up. The next paragraph starts here. I'm reading from the Ego's Use of Guilt, chapter 5, part 5, actually. He says, whatever you accept into your mind has reality for you. It is your acceptance of it that makes it real. How can we forget that we do that? How can we be blind to such a powerful mind that makes things real that aren't real, that makes experiences up that aren't really happening? Part of the whole plan is that we should be blind to it. But we don't have to. We don't have to be blind to it anymore. Just open our hearts a little bit and say, I'm willing I'm willing to see. I'm willing to see differently. Because the guiltless mind cannot suffer. The guiltless mind cannot suffer. The guiltless mind cannot really dream. So that's a big invitation to look at guilt, to release guilt. He also brings up illness in this paragraph. Saying the sane mind cannot conceive of illness because it cannot conceive of attacking anyone or anything. I said before that illness is a form of magic. It might be better to say that it is a form of magical solution. The illness is a magical solution. The ego believes that by punishing itself, it will mitigate the punishment of God. Yet even in this, it is arrogant. It attributes to God a punishing intent and then takes this intent as its own prerogative. It tries to usurp all the functions of God as it perceives them, because it recognizes that only total allegiance can be trusted. Sneaky one. So illness is the ego's magical solution to keep you blind and keep you afraid of God. But the ego cannot oppose the laws of God any more than you can, but it can interpret them according to what it wants, just as you can. That is why the question, what do you want, must be answered. You are answering it every minute and every second, and each moment of decision is a judgment that is anything but ineffectual. Wow. Each moment of decision is a judgment that is anything but ineffectual. Its effects will follow automatically until the decision is changed. So what do you want must be answered. And he's saying you are answering it every moment. Yeah, let's answer it with, yeah, I want peace of mind. I want to forgive all my illusions. I want to release all my fears. I want to know God. I want to know who I am. I want to know who my brother is. Or my mother. Grace is here. I want to celebrate with you, Grace. You had such a mystical experience, true experience. Maybe you want to share about it. It's just profound. When I read it, it's just, wow. Or do you want me to share? Yeah? Okay. So Grace's father passed away just recently, just last week maybe. And her mom passed away last summer. And she visited Grace in an experience, right? Coming saying, we need to prepare now. We're going to have a feast. Because something's going to happen. And Grace had this feeling that, okay, maybe her father is passing. Which he did. But you should share this, Grace. You were writing about it, how your mom actually communicated with you and even confirmed it to you. And you don't have to talk about it Because I know sometimes those experiences are so precious that you don't want to.
I just want to say that what I shared on Facebook is only little sample of things that have been going for a while now, since a while. Yeah, thank you.
That's beautiful. I know how deep your prayer has been to heal your relationship with your mother. I get goosebumps because I feel like it's happening.
It's ultimately the relationship with myself, you know.
Yeah.
With the self.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for seeing this. I mean, your comment on my Facebook post really said, okay, that's it. Someone get it. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Would you just share about that hug? I mean, I thought that was so cool how you asked her to confirm that she was really there. She was really connecting with you.
Yeah, it's when I had this moment of doubt that maybe I know that part of me will doubt this. Maybe I'm just gonna push it away and say it's a dream. And I said, Mom, I know there is a part of me who's gonna doubt this. Will you please touch me, hug me, so I can trust that this is real? And it was when she, like, I felt like whole, like a big hug. She was like this, like this. And I really felt like she kissed me here. I felt like every cell in my body that, oh, this is more real than other realities. Like, and yeah, it felt like she was in the welcoming vibes. The room was full of light. Uh, the next morning, when I was sharing this with with Helen, my roommate, she was telling me nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. I said, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, really beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I would say even how things were evolving about me getting my driving license. It was also there is mystical experience around that. I saw that in a dream before, and I could feel that my father was waiting for that before he would give me the steering wheel. So was it was another spiritual journey that needs another Facebook post. But if you see even the order of things, like I get the driving license and my father just passed 4 days after. It was all arranging towards something, like going, another symbol.
He said she made it, and now I can go to rest or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and I saw that in my dream before, like 2 years ago, about a dream with my father in the car versus my mother in the car, and how this is gonna be transmitted to me. So yeah, it's helpful to share it also because there is always this kind of doubting minds that pops up here and there. So I said, oh, maybe it's time to come out and share something on Facebook. Share the miracle.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, we really feel you, Grace.
Yeah, it's nice to have experiences that are more real than the illusion. That convinces you. And then you get incentive to really heal everything. That's what happened to me when I also saw my mom. I saw my mom's higher self, my dad's higher self, and they communicated with me from this place of love, and there was reality. It was more real than this, and it gave me such incentive to look at my mind, to start to heal my mind, and to encourage everybody to do it. Like, look, because it's just projection, and when you look, it goes away, it changes. We just need to look at the illusion and be willing to let it go, be willing to take responsibility for what we made, in the, to not say it was somebody else. We don't have to take it on and feel bad, but to say, okay, my perception is what I made up, and I'm wrong about it. That's all. Because that's happy news, to be wrong about the perception, the wrong-minded perception. Yeah, the love of spirit is so nice to be in, so welcoming. I feel sometimes it just wants to suck me in. It wants to suck us all in, into this space where we just feel peaceful. Yeah. If anyone has something that you strongly feel like you need to lift up, we can give some space for that here. You're going through something.
Slowly.
I just feel to put something out on the altar, and it's coming up a lot right now, this abandonment feeling, and avoiding intimacy, and avoiding, when it comes up, it feels like very, very difficult to reach out and to go, and I'm scratching a lot. So that's definitely connected.
Yeah. You want to just take some deep breath and join with us here as we lift this up.
Yeah.
And I think this is coming up because you are in a relationship, in an assignment with Peter, and it brings it up. The relationship brings up the unhealed parts of you. I think, yeah, it's probably you become a bit blinded sometimes, and yeah, so I'm glad you're lifting this up.
Yeah, I can see it very clearly that I'm choosing to step away. Like this morning, he was literally laying next to me. I knew he was awake, and I just couldn't reach out. I did later, but right, it was like half an hour, 45 minutes, just really not knowing how to get out of that stuck place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, later I was able to share about it. It's an intense emotion.
Yeah, feels good that you looked at it, because that is it, and it's spending some time with yourself, with spirit, could be helpful when you feel that loneliness, when you feel like you've lost yourself.
Yeah, and there's this thing around intimacy with seemingly other people that my whole life have been very, very difficult. Like, just don't know how to relate sometimes. It's like, yeah, and definitely I can see that is an issue in my whole life. It's like not letting anyone close.
Yeah, it's definitely an issue of the past. And I think out of habit, sometimes we get lost in the external world, as if that is the only reality. So today's lesson, he encourages us to look on the inner world as well. He's saying they are actually identical. If you have this experience of loneliness, fear of intimacy, fear of connection, feeling lost in all connections, it is the same on the inside, you know. And that's why there's fear of looking within. But it's not the outside that is the problem. And it's not really even the inside that is the problem. But being willing to observe it, you know, it's a very helpful step in the right direction. Being willing to observe both the inner world and the outer world, and maybe alternate, you know, sit for a bit, look at your mind, you know, take 10 minutes now and then, which I'm sure you're doing. Yeah. I saw you both today because I was watching some old Zoom meetings from a few years ago. It was beautiful. It was before you were together. And I saw there has been a lot of healing since then. And we just want to cheer you on to keep going with this. Keep being so willing to expose the stuff. And feel your prayer. I can hear it. I can feel it. Because it's, you know, it is a projection that makes the outside world the problem. It's confusing because you think you're afraid of intimacy with people, or with Peter, or you're afraid of connection. But that's not it. Because as soon as you're in your right mind, as soon as you're right-minded, you're not gonna have an issue. You're not gonna, you're gonna like smile at that. What was that? You know? So it is all, it's all about the right mind. Like I was reading, every moment you're choosing who you are. So yeah, so be gentle and breathe with these strong feelings to relax a bit. And yeah. Because it only seems like you're in a relationship with the external world, but you're really in a relationship with God.
I'm beginning to see it's not peace I'm holding out here. It's God. Yeah, I can see that. And even the internally, because it's the intimacy. I can see it's like it's like feeling totally dry inside. You know, it's like it's amazing thing.
Yeah. You need to let some water in that dry landscape. I can see you laying in a field of flowers or something, being just resting in the field of flowers, feeling free, feeling like nothing can harm or affect you. There's nothing to worry about. Just peaceful. Because it is nothing. There is nothing to worry about. It's the truth. All the millions of worries, they were just really nothing to worry about. There is this, David says all the time, much ado about nothing. Shakespeare said it, right? Much ado about nothing. It is nothing to worry about. And just to, yeah, it could be just something to be with. That idea sink in.
I experienced being very connected with the dog, with animals, like I felt with Dodo earlier on, and yeah, I'm kind of surprised how connected I can feel with. It's a little like I can see that for some reason they've had all the allergy and stuff, but when I kind of let go of that, then there's not any protection there. And then I was just seeing that, okay, I still have that with people. Seemingly, yeah.
It's helpful to see that. What a gift. What a gift the dog is. You can see something different and then realize you don't have to have that protection with anybody. And the allergy, the animals.
No, nothing to do with the animals. No. We went to see a German woman who has a house and 4 dogs, and I just connected totally with the dogs first. And we were there for a while, and we were talking, and then suddenly I felt I had asthma, and it was, I realized it was, yeah, it had something to do with how I felt. Yeah, so some kind of distance or something, even though I felt really, what we shared actually got quite quick into sharing a lot of stuff, and she was, some of the things she said just resonated so much with me, and I think that scared me or something. And suddenly I had this asthma from it. I realized it's nothing to do with the dogs. Here's our dog.
Good. It looks like you're all dissolving. Yeah, I think maybe your connection is a little weak because your faces are dissolving.
We can hear you great, but just it's kind of sweet. Your form is melting away.
Yeah. Oh, we love you guys.
Love you.
There's a lot of healing.
Thanks.
Okay, did we have any other hand up that we might have missed? I don't know. No, we can just stay with the present moment. If you don't have anything you want to lift up, let's just go on again in the truth. Trusting in God. It's always really lovely. It's, yeah. Joined. And the cat too, with Sam. I'm really called inward those days, so maybe we have let this be a short session today.
Feel very, very joined with you all.
Good to connect. Thanks.
Yeah. Hugs. Hugs from overseas for some of you. Hugs from over the mountain.
Yeah.
Some of you. Hugs from upstairs from one of you.
Yeah, let's accept our worthiness to let go of the illusions and just drop what doesn't serve. And if anybody feels called to donate for the session, we happily accept that on PayPal.
Go to paypal.me/Jenny and Barret. Yeah, well, we love you all.
Yeah, lots of love.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Yeah.
The next session is Saturday morning, and the one after that is Sunday evening. Good night.
Yeah. See you later.